Hey guys, I'm actually here in Eunice right now. I wanted to get out of the house since it's my day off. The clouds are dreary, but it's a good day to get out anyway. I'm at the Chamber of Commerce Tourist Information Center, and well, I'm in the city of Eunice. So she told me that I can do a walking tour. Since it's a Thursday, it's kind of dead over here for right now. But I can still do other things. City of Eunice. On this site, CC Dusson drove his stake and said, "On this spot, I will build a town and name it for my wife, Eunice." And auction lots was held here to start the town, September 12th, 1894. Depot listed on National Register of Historic Places. So here is one of the little museums right on the side of it. This is a pretty big town. I live in Opelousas, so it took me 3 little towns to get here. This is the Eunice Museum. So I'm pretty excited about this new tiny tour. I'm not sure if they will let me film in here, so I will double check with them. First, I would like to go around the building and see what it's like. So far, it's a lot of rustic stuff. And there's a cat. And this little tourist attraction, I was talking to a lady, she said that it's Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sorry, but children must be accompanied by an adult. She did say that everything is free, all this little traveling thing is free, all the museums and stuff, so I'm pretty excited about it. Everything is, my eyes are gluing to everything, so I'm distracted. So, here we go. Bye!
Sympathizing with her perpetrator.
You want to just do that? You want to just work, take your time, and go through, or what do you want to do?
You could be my tourist. How about that?
Okay, let me turn my lights on in here.
Okay.
I don't turn them on. I don't have people with it. They're quicker.
Oh, it's beautiful.
We call it. There's a lot of things in there, the stove and the old stove and all this stuff, in there.
So this used to be an old train depot?
This was where they wait for the train. Here, this was all cargo.
So all this was cargo?
All this was cargo. All this place.
And this was where the people waited?
The train tracks right there. We had to move the museum a little bit up when we redid it in 1984, 100 years later. We kept the same floors. Those are the floors and the shutter doors. Like the barn doors.
Yeah.
We have 4 sets. And that's the store. That's the real doors from the first when it was really the train station.
Yeah.
Everything else had to be redone. To make it look like the museum was.
It's beautiful.
But it's about old Eunice. It's about everything and the people that grew up here and older than 1950.
Older than 1950?
Older than 1950. They brought us. We're still getting things today. We accept them if we don't have any, but we're getting short of where we are in the room.
No, it's not you. It's the thing right here. I started blinding you. I didn't want to blind you. Okay. So we're going to start right here first.
That's the tools, the farmers used. As you know, this this was a very big farming community, so
I actually didn't know that.
yeah, it started as a farming community. That's what Eunice was, and we were prairie land. So we were one of the few, well, we were the last ones to be, settled in Louisiana, because all the land was so full of grass. They said when a man, if you wanted to see a man on a horse, he had to hold up a white flag because the grass was so high. But that all had to clear it out before it could be made into a town, you see.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Dusson bought out 160 acres from the state of Louisiana, and that's how he had it all cleared out. And then he sold the property to you. He had all the property. You just bought whatever you wanted. It wasn't something that people just came in and settled here or settled there or settled here, like when you settled around the bayou, or a river. No, this was all just, that's why Eunice has all our blocks are square. They used to get along. I can show you the map. I'll show you the map of how it was settled.
I would love that. How long have you worked here?
I'm just here, I think this is my 5th year here.
So you know a lot of information
Well,
on
I lived
everything.
in Eunice all my life, But I retired from school, and this is nice. I like this. I love my town.
It's a beautiful town. I've heard things about Eunice, but I never fully understood it. I never came here to see and experience it till today, so they could tell me the truth. And it's really hard to find people that actually want to learn our history.
Well, this is a good place to come to find history. Now, next door here, we have this is MCSA. It's country music. It's the country music, French country.
Over here or over there?
It's CFMA, country, French music.
I would have to come on a weekend, because they said that it's closed right now.
What?
The little country town museum. They said that it only works.
CFMA? This lady here works there.
Oh, okay.
And then we have the Jean Lafitte Culture Center down here. That's a federal museum. That's history too. And it's all about the Cajuns.
And you see, my whole entire life, I stayed in Bridge.
Yeah. That's
So-
a lot there too, though. That's a lot there. You can.
I didn't appreciate it when I was young, though.
No. No, we never do, huh?
No, not until we get older. And then we're like, I want to travel.
Yeah.
Okay, what's this? Is that an old telephone?
That's the telephones. That's when we had operators, telephone operators. When you pick up the phone like this, and you'd say, oops, and you'd say, I need to call Mrs. Anderson. I need to talk to Miss Anderson. There was an operator you see behind this. And then she just took you up. There was no numbers then. And then a little while later they came out with the numbers, But then it's all people. Just you have just one lady behind that phone, and she'll connect you. That's what it was. They crank it up like this. You see it, crank it up, and they pick it up and tell you what they wanted. And then she connects you with the people you wanted. There was no long distance. It was just in town. She knew everybody, so she could.
That's old.
Yeah, that's the first phones. That's it. That's one of the first phones. Isn't that something?
It's beautiful.
There's a lady that lived in her house, and that was just her little job. That's this one. Let's see what it says. It's a little here it is. It's a dictaphone. I get mixed up because this dictaphone is not like this dictaphone. This dictaphone also, and not only you can't just hear on it, but you can. You can't just do a chord on it, but you can. When you play music, it has the little things like this, like music, and you'd put it on here and it would play music. Something like that. That's something.
That's beautiful.
I'd love to hear one. I've never heard it. I've never heard one like this.
I wonder if it still works.
I doubt it. No.
You doubt it?
No.
It's too old.
It's very, very old. This is a loom.
And they have so many small little looms now.
And
And
this still works. My granddaughter is going to art school in Savannah. And she says she can do it. She's going to come for Christmas and she's going to show me how it does. I'm anxious to see what that's going to do. Different. You could put chimes on and play.
so this is,
This is what they used. Now it's a little drawer this big with computer stuff on it. But this used to be this big old thing.
no.
Yeah. We had it a long time. And this was the Campfire Girls. You're much too young, but they didn't. Instead of the Girl Scouts, we had Campfire. We had Bluebirds and Campfire. You were Bluebird, and then you were a Campfire Girl.
So it was just 2 badges at the time?
They
It
had
was
all
just-
the no, it's a different. The little girls, when you started out, were Bluebirds, and when you got to be about 10, you would fly up into Campfire Girls, And we had the badges just like the brownies, and then Girl Scouts. You see,
Yes.
it's a different thing. And we'd have the badges like this. We had to earn our badge.
What's this?
This is a Singer sewing machine. They were very, very popular. The motor comes up from here. Well, it's not a motor. See, you can see it from here. You see? And it comes up. This raises. See?
I seen one of these a long, long time ago.
Like this, you see, and then they pedal. I don't know what this thing's here for. They move the pedal. I guess it's not to move the pedal.
Yeah.
You press on this up and down, and it would make it run.
Look how beautiful.
They were very, very popular.
How much do you think she's worth?
Oh, I don't know. Now you mean? Oh, I don't know how much. We have another one over there, but it's not a Singer. It's a different kind.
I'm starting to pick up and things like,
I know how to sew.
oh yes, and I'm actually,
I didn't. My mother was a great seamstress, so I never knew how to sew.
oh, she never taught you?
Yeah, she tried. But
She tried.
Why do it when she could do it so much easier than me? This is the tonsillectomy chair.
Tonsil.
It was in a doctor's office. They'd sit you here and they'd put a little chloroform on you and they'd snip the tonsils up and they'd put them in there.
Ooh. Ooh.
And that's a blood pressure cuff. I just got that. 1960 what? Was it 1966? And Dr. This is a man made this of his home. How he remembered growing up. It's really, really good. He's got everything. He's got the little outhouse. See? He's got the little smokehouse. He's got the little garden in the back. You see that little cistern? And then they have the garden and the clothesline. I love it. A little
It's
well.
beautiful.
Isn't that, and you see, there was nothing on the windows. You see, they just had the shutters. So in the daytime, they had to open the shutters, and they had nothing on their windows. The Cajuns, they were very, very poor. They'd have to leave their windows open, and at night, if it was cool enough, they could close their shutters.
They didn't even have a tent when the mosquitoes would come after us.
We have mosquito bars. They sleep under mosquito bars. They put over their beds at night. Yes.
So they did figure it out after all.
Oh yeah. No air, no heat. Well, they had little wood stoves.
Little wooden stoves.
Like in the kitchen, they put it in a little wood stove and they'd heat up the house. And they hadn't had no electricity.
Who made this painting right here?
The lady that first opened this museum, and she's our curator, she was from Germany. And she was a war bride of World War II. She married a man from here and came back with him. And she did that one. And I don't know who did these, but she did that one. Mrs. Ledoux.
She did
Erica Ledoux, yeah.
fantastic on that painting. It's so
And
different.
She did the murals in the front too, the top at the front. You can notice when you go back.
Okay.
I don't know why we don't get Mardi Gras posters. I guess nobody's painting them anymore for us. Now that's the map of Eunice, the way that's it.
So this is how he did it.
That's how he did it. See how it's all regular, all the blocks, the streets, and everything. See how neat it is.
And it's still like that till today.
It's still like that when they go out. They go out. Little towns around here all have pretty much the same, like Mamu and Iota. And sometimes they use a different hat. They use the screen mask, you know. That's all screen.
So that's how they used to.
This is made out of regular screen. They put the screen on your face and they put your eyes and your mouth so they'll notice where you know it, and then they can paint it.
So it wasn't always fantastic and glittery like
But
it
that's
was.
Carnival. That's the Carnival. That's Mardi Gras Carnival. This is completely different. These are the guys that rode the horses through the country.
I think I remember something about
And they
that.
chase the chickens to get their gumbo, to make their gumbo at night. They go through all the forms. They get the roux, and some of them would give them the onions, and some of them, you know, and all day long, that's what they do. And now, of course, we do it still because we do it for the tourists. We have like 2,000 tourists loading on the flatbeds. Oh yeah, the horses are in the front, you know, and they're doing the Mardi Gras like they used to do. The kids get out and run and chase the chickens and.
So they still keep the tradition alive.
They keep it alive. It's real big here, yeah. It starts on Friday and you're done in until Tuesday.
Wow.
Then we have bands playing and close down all this section in Eunice on Tuesday.
When is that day?
I don't know when the Mardi Gras is this year. I'll have to look. I think it's. I'll have to look at it. I can tell you, but it's right after, just before Lent starts for the Catholic people. You know.
Yeah.
It's that's what it is. It's Fat Tuesday. Oh, that's what it is. It's the day because once you start, that's after that. You 7 weeks. You can't do anything.
Oh, I miss my Mardi Gras.
I'll bet you, because Bro Bridge probably has a nice Carnival Mardi Gras, huh? They probably have the pretty ones, pretty floats and everything.
Now you see,
This weekend I saw on the news, cotton, it'll be the cotton and the yambly
and the farm festival. And the farm festival.
No, farm festival? No, not that I know of. The rice festival at Crowley.
For Crowley? Is that this weekend? Or next
I don't
weekend?
think I'll probably be off. And we'll be the same weekend as the. They have tried to space them. Cotton.
They
Bill
should.
Black. We used to have the Tri-Parish Fair here. Acadia,
Yeah.
Evangeline, and St. Landry. And there's a big, big thing. We don't have it anymore.
Why they stopped it?
Well, it just got to be. It just didn't do what it used to do. You know, it's not the same. Change. There's a lot of changes, and it wasn't the same anymore.
And that's the thing about change.
Now I want to show you something really unique here.
Okay. I'll be right there. I'm gonna put this backpack on.
Now, this is a register that belonged in one of our stores on 2nd Street, on Main Street. It's 100 years old. It was a family, and they just went from generation to generation to generation. And when the last one died, we got the register. All this is that register. It was still working.
It's still working.
It was still working. We locked it up, but it was still working. You could hear it all through the store when it would rain, you know. It was really, and now this is a time clock. See the time clock here?
Yes.
It belonged to a big old, was May Brothers, the big sawmill. And each employee had a number. See, they had a daytime shift and a nighttime shift. And they had, when they come in, they punch in their time, actually punch it in. And then it would press, it would, this thing would, I can't think of what I'm trying to say, but anyway, it would go back and forth. And it'd give you the day, all the hours that you made that day, you see. And then they would put it in their little time books. And they'd go a 2 week, 2 weeks, you see. This is what they would make. In 2 weeks. And
Is that $32?
yeah, $32. That's their wages. Yeah. And it's 1960s then too. And yeah. And then you see, and then when they leave, they punch out. They knew they were accurate in what they were doing. You know.
Yeah.
Yes, it was made in the 1930s by the company that is now IBM.
IBM. I've never heard of them.
Yeah, they're the ones that make all the computers.
Oh
See, that's what it looked like. See, it was the International Time Recording Company. That's what they called it. But it was made by the IBM people, you know, that now are IBM. See, International Daily Dial. And I don't think they made very many of them because I have people see the murals up here. That's the ones I was talking about. That's the other thing she painted here. It just depicts the different times that the instruments came into French music. The different years, eras, whatever you want to call them.
She had an amazing taste.
Yeah, and she put a lot of things in there that was happening at the same time.
Instead, you
In
were
those
advised to
years.
get an attorney and take a polygraph. Is that right? Many people advise.
She's a very, very good artist.
Once I have an attorney,
And of course, these are some of the old German accordions. These down here. I think 3 of them belong to Mark Salwa. He has I don't know if you know him. I've heard of him.
I think I've heard of them.
He has a accordion. He makes accordions on the highway here. He has a place, and every Saturday morning from 9 to 12, they have a little get
Oh,
together with the musicians here.
This is Eunice.
That's just a collection of curated fans.
That's some, oh my gosh, that's some beautiful fans.
Mary Alice Fontenot was from Eunice that wrote all the books. That's why we have that collection of books. She wrote all the Clovis Crawfish books.
This is wonderful. I love it. I'm so happy they made this building.